Hi guys, Healthy Head Coach Lisa here. So in this video, I want to talk about all the plans in one place so you can really compare them head to head and decide which plan is the best for you. A breakdown of each plan plus all the resources you need are available in the description box below, but let's just go over the 6 plans that Healthy covers. So I'm going to start with Calorie Command. In my opinion, it is the most accurate plan that you can get. There are no zero foods, no rounding, no magic math. A food just is what it is. Now, having said that, 100 calories of broccoli and 100 calories of chocolate are treated the same, but of course they offer very different nutrition values and satisfaction. This plan does not steer you by what to eat, but rather how much to eat. It's up to you how healthy you make those food choices. Calories and the accompanying macros will not be correct if everything is not tracked by its accurate weight and measure. That means no eyeballing of portions. If you're not ready to jump in and weigh and measure everything, this may not be the plan for you. So then let's talk about some of our bites plans. Conquer Cravings also focuses on portion control, and it tracks almost everything by its accurate weight and measure. It offers the smallest zero list, only some non-starchy vegetables, although many other foods may be zero up to a certain amount because of their nutritional values. Of all the bites-based plans, it offers the lowest daily points, but also the lowest food bites and alcohol bites. Dailies will drop to a minimum of 18, and you have 35 weeklies, which will never decrease. Those weeklies are the same no matter what your individual stats are, and they are the same for both men and women. On this plan, more than any other, weeklies are not extras. They're just a chunk of your dailies that have been set aside for you to use how you wish. You can scatter them throughout the week, or you can use them all in one meal. It's up to you, but they are meant to be used, and many people will be quite far under their calorie target if you don't. In terms of activity points, on this plan, they are earned very proportionally, and they tend to make sense with the food value scores and the amount earned. All right, we're going to move on to Carb Conscious. Now, despite its name, this is not a low carb or carb restricting plan in any way. This is actually probably our most middle of the road plan. It offers moderate tracking. You can choose whether or not you want to track your zero foods, which are fruits and non-starchy vegetables, unless of course you're also tracking calories and macros, in which case you will still need to track everything. You have a moderate number of daily points, and food and alcohol is scored moderately as well. Dailies will drop on this plan to a minimum of 26, and you have 49 weeklies, which will never decrease. Same as the other one, it is the same for everybody, and both men and women. On this plan, activity points are earned quite proportionally as well, and you can choose to use those on this or any plan first, in addition to your weeklies, or not at all. On both Conquer Cravings and Carb Conscious, activity points are earned in a way that if you chose to use them, they are realistically assigned, and you certainly can make them fit into your day. All right, moving into the other end of things, let's talk about Sugar Smart. Now, Sugar Smart focuses on limiting your sugars in fast foods by having them cost you more. This plan has a very similar zero list to Carb Conscious, which is made up of fruits and non-starchy vegetables. You have a moderate number of daily points, and food calculations are slightly different here. Sugar and fat will raise a food's bite value score substantially, and protein will decrease that bite value score. Lean proteins, fruits, and vegetables are your go-to staples on this plan. Dailies will drop to a minimum of 30, and you have variable weeklies, which decrease by blocks of 7. These weeklies are determined by your individual stats, and they will decrease down to normally 21, although in some cases of extremely petite women, it can go down to 14. Activity points on this plan are not really proportional anymore. They're very generous in comparison to the more realistic totals on some of the other plans. And they were recommended to be earned for fun and not used in addition to dailies or weeklies unless you're training for an event like a marathon, breastfeeding, or under medical advisement otherwise. All right, better balance. This is one of our pro plans, and it really encourages a whole food, home cooking focus. It can offer you the least tracking because you can choose not to track your zero foods, and it offers the largest zero list of all of the Bite-based plans. You have the fruits and non-starchy vegetables from the other list, plus it also adds some starchy vegetables such as corn, peas, and beans, as well as proteins like chicken, eggs, yogurt, tofu, and seafood. This, more than any other plan, works best if you utilize at least 60 to 70% of your daily food intake from this zero list. If you don't eat mostly foods on the list, or you want more bites to spend on other things, this may not be a good long-term solution for you. You get reduced daily points in exchange for this larger zero list. And like on SugarSmart, sugar and fat will raise a food's value score and protein will decrease it. On this particular plan, dailies drop to a minimum of 23. And again, we have those variable weeklies, which will decrease by blocks of 7, normally to 21, although in some cases it can go to 14. Activity points are figured the same on this plan as on SugarSmart, so they are not really proportionate, and you need to be careful when using them in addition to dailies or weeklies. Okay, our sixth and final plan is keeping keto. If you're familiar with keto, you know that it focuses on very limited carbohydrates and increased fats. I will give you 2 quick notes. Keto is best undertaken after doing your research and speaking to your doctor. It really isn't all bacon and cheese. There are several health conditions relating to liver, kidney, heart, or cholesterol issues where keto is advised strongly against. If you have any existing medical issues, please speak to your medical team to be safe. Okay, so in this plan, there are no bites, no weeklies, and no zero foods. Healthi uses the standard clean keto macros of 25% protein, 5% net carbs, and 75% fats. These can be adjusted, but this is the standard. One thing that Healthi does differently than some other apps is that sugar alcohols are not subtracted in this version. A final thing to note is that keto products often calculate net calories as well as net carbs. What this means is that they use the adjusted carbohydrate total after fiber has been removed when calculating calories, so it looks much better in marketing. I have full information on this, but just know that your quote-unquote 90-calorie keto bagel is actually probably closer to 200 calories in most cases. And if you have a lot of keto-specific products and you aren't losing the way you thought you would, this might be the key for that. So in the end, all the plans work. The important thing is to choose a plan that is doable with your lifestyle and reflects the way that you want to eat sustainably moving forward. If you have any questions, please join us in our main Healthi group, Healthi Wellness Support, and all the resources that you need can be found in the description box below.